Jai Gurudev, my name is Kisan Singh. Today, let's talk about chemical-free farming. Shri Shri Natural Farming. Shri Shri Natural Farming is based on ancient Vedic traditions. This ancient wisdom is brought to us by Pujya Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji. After 40 years, it is clear that chemical farming is not sustainable. Increasing usage of fertilizers, increasing usage of pesticides have converted fertile lands into Banjar bhumis. Today, conventional farming is difficult. Cost of cultivation has shot up. Adding to the farmers' miseries, lower selling prices means profits are becoming lower. Today, farmers are facing the frightening option of paying for it with their own lives. Is there a ray of hope? Yes, there is. Shri Shri Natural Farming, the only sustainable farming technique for the future. 3-day training programs at the village level teach how to do agriculture at zero cost, practical training for preparation of biofertilizers and biopesticides. Although Vedic in origin, Shri Shri Natural Farming is strongly supported by the latest scientific research. More and more fertilizers. Do we really need to use them? Let's destroy this myth of fertilizers. For example, did you know that 90% of a plant is only water? In other words, 90% of this bindi plant you see is made up only of water. So at least for this 90% of the fresh plant weight, we can categorically state that no chemical fertilizer is required. Now let's take a dried plant. Did you know 90% of this dried plant is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen? Carbon comes from air, carbon dioxide, hydrogen from water and oxygen from air and water. 99% of dry plant's weight comes from air and water. So for this 90% of the dry weight or 99% of the fresh weight of the plant, again, we can categorically say that no chemical fertilizer is required. Let's try to understand now where the remaining 0.01% of the plant's weight comes from. Scientists tell us that 0.04% is nitrogen, 0.02% is phosphorus and 0.02% is potassium. The last 0.02% is made up of all the trace elements. So why dump so much fertilizer? In school we learned that the beans family of plants fix nitrogen with the help of microorganisms. Then scientists discovered that there are microorganisms that fix nitrogen for all species of plants. Then scientists discovered that even phosphorus and potassium are fixed by microorganisms. Did you know nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and all trace elements are brought to the soil by lightning, rain and weathering? It's just that they are not in soluble form. So what converts these elements into a soluble form that can be absorbed by plants? Now get ready for the ancient secret wisdom of the Vedas to unfold. You know, it is said that our divine cow Kamadhenu was a gift from gods to mankind. Kamadhenu, the abode of the gods and the ancestor of all desi cows in our country. Sahasrakoti devatas are said to reside in the Kamadhenu. Have you ever wondered why goddess Lakshmi is always shown in the hind part of the Kamadhenu or on cow dung? Think about it. Always shown on the tail or the hind quarters is goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Imagine, cow dung of Kamadhenu is the symbol of wealth represented by goddess Lakshmi. Scientists today endorse what our ancient Rig Veda says about the importance of Kamadhenu to the prosperity of mankind. Check this out. Scientists have discovered that fresh desi gai cow dung has the exact microorganism species that are required to convert all the essential elements needed by plants into soluble form. So check this connection between the microorganisms in the cow dung and the micronutrients already present in the soil, although in a bound form. The microorganisms in the cow dung convert the essential elements that are present in the bound form in the soil into soluble form so that plants can absorb them. So, these microorganisms, who may well be the Sahasrakoti Devatas inside the Kamadhenu, they play this very important role of giving the plants nutrients converted into a soluble form. Now, my friend, you may be wondering, what does the microorganism get in return? The beauty of nature is such that it's always a win-win for both. Understand this beautiful relationship between the microorganisms and the plants. The microorganism will give the plant one atom of the essential element at a time, and the plant in return will give the microorganism one molecule of sugar in exchange. For every atom of element given, the plant gives the microbe one molecule of sugar in exchange. Let's understand this wonderful relationship between the plant and the soil microbes in a much deeper way. For example, is any chemical fertilizer required for the luxuriant growth of the plants and trees in a rainforest? No, just the microorganisms in the soil provide all the nutrients required for the forest. If we just look after the microbe population in the soil, the microbes will look after the entire mankind. How extraordinary that our desi cow that descended from the divine Kamadhenu should have all the microbes needed for agriculture. Sri Sri Natural Farming revives this ancient tradition of allowing Goddess Lakshmi present in our desi cow to shower us with prosperity through agriculture. Here we learn how to explode this microbe population of our desi cow billions of times to prepare biofertilizers like Jeevamrit, Ganajivamrit, Panchagavya, etc. We also learn how to make biopesticides at zero cost like Neemastra, Brahmastra, Agniastra, etc. We also learn how to cover the soil with mulch so that microbes can work at the root zone and the earthworms can do the tilling. Importantly, we will also learn how to make our own seeds at the end of the season using desi seeds. Desi seeds from where farmer can make his own seeds. We say no to hybrid and GMO seeds. Teaching you how to control input costs and guiding you how to maximize profits, Sri Sri Natural Farming teaches you to cut input costs practically to zero and ensure yields are the same as that of chemical farming. Taking you back to your ancient roots, Sri Sri Natural Farming teaches you how to let Goddess Lakshmi shower prosperity on mankind through agriculture. Sri Sri Natural Farming is an offering of the Sri Sri Institute of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, Art of Living, Bangalore. Do drop us a line when you wish to know more or learn about this ancient and most wonderful farming technique. I am Kisan Singh. Jai Gurudev.